Susan here from itsmysustainablelife.com. Today I'm going to be planting some parsley in a pot, and I thought I would do a really quick video on how I go about doing that. So the very first thing you need to source, obviously, is your seed in order to be able to plant the seed in a pot. And for me, the first determination is what kind of parsley do you want to plant. There's pretty much basically two different varieties. One is a single or flat-leafed parsley. That's really wonderful for flavor to use in cooking and so forth. And then there's curly. I am going to grow a lot of this year and use in my ornamental boxes. It can also be used as a garnish. So it still has flavor of parsley, but it's just not as strong as the flat-leafed parsley. So once you have the variety of parsley that you want to grow chosen, then you need to source your seeds. And sourcing your seeds really matters to me here on the hill. I like to keep it organic. I like to keep it in smaller companies. Unfortunately, I ran out of my parsley seed from my favorite seed company, True Leaf, and I had to source some seed for other companies, and I had to go with Burpee. But in a pinch, that works wonderful. So understanding the information that's written on it, I have a really in-depth article going over just that, how to read and understand the information that's provided. Is really important in order to be able to know the requirements that you're growing. When it's, how long of a germination, how long it's going to take until harvest, what kind of sun conditions. It gives just a plethora of information, and all in regard to your growing zone. So once you've sourced your seeds and you have them on hand and at the ready, I like to go ahead and mix up my soil and pre-moisten it. I find that works best before you even put the soil in the pot. So for me, what I do for the soil is I take just about 50% potting soil, organic potting soil, and then 50% of a good seed starter soil. You can take out any large pieces that may be in there, but pretty much, the 50%, 50-50 mix really works well. It keeps it light enough for the tiny seeds to germinate and grow So once you have your soil, I go ahead and I fill the pot to about 3/4 of the way full. I keep it very loose. I don't pack it or compact the soil at all. And now we're ready to go ahead and seed. So parsley seed, I'm going to see if I can get a really close-up shot here of the parsley seed. A very, very small seed. So you can see how small they are. I don't go ahead and seed, huge amounts, but I like to just kind of tap a few seeds around the outer edge of the pot, keeping it spaced apart as far as I possibly can, but still getting a good pot full of parsley so it can start to germinate and grow. Once I've gone ahead and lay the seed down, you can see the tiny seeds in there. I go ahead and I gently press them down so that the seed has very good connection with the soil itself. And then I go ahead and soil, and I just gently distribute that over the top of those seeds. You don't want to bury the seeds in a deep layer of very lightly pat that down. I don't want to compact it too much. Once the seed is completely covered with the pre-moistened soil, I go ahead and I give them another mist. Just with a good old squirt bottle filled with clean water, and I just give them a really light mist just to make sure that that top layer is really moistened well. Once that's complete, I go ahead and I mark, and I use a good old plain untreated wooden that I write the name of the plant itself, what I'm growing, as well as the type or the variety that I'm growing on the back, so that I know what that'll be later on, because Lord knows I'll forget. And then I go ahead and just put that in the pot itself. Growing conditions are very dry, like mine are. Germination really is given kind of a kickstart in the pants, if you will, if you create a greenhouse for it. So once you have your parsley planted in your pot and you've created a greenhouse, you're going to want to place that in a brightly lit area. Pot in temperatures anywhere between 60 to 65 degrees until germination. And you want to keep the soil moist, but not soggy. Bright light, doesn't have to be direct sunlight, but really. I thank you for joining itsmysustainablelife.com.